You ever get mixed up, not sure where you're going, but know you want to go somewhere very specific? You have the desire within inside of you that you want to conquer the beast. To each and every one of us, the beast is something that opposes to what we stand for. How do we go against the beast and what we stand for? First, we verify if what we're standing for is a good connection to love. Love's a circle, my friends. They said it in tennis. It goes around and around. So Spanish train love, wouldn't that be two circles? Because it takes two of you to love, and the circles just go around and around. And if you were on train tracks on those circles, you'd be like the banana boat, and you go round and around and up and down, and at the end, you are absolutely nowhere. So the reason I'm saying all this is because we have to understand that this world is our world. It doesn't belong to a government. A government is there, okay, only to, what they say is to accomplish the needs of the people. It's not there as a business, but they run it as a business, and it's not supposed to be that way. If you believe me, like this video. It won't be a long video, okay? If you believe me, please like this video. I really need this, and it's got to be understood. Everybody has to understand that we are born, okay, without any of our choice. And that's what you believe, right? No. You were born, okay? You were born here of choice. You chose to come to Earth. We jumped into the Nintendo game, and voila, we're born on Earth. Why did we come to Earth? Because we knew in every single game, man seems to get in trouble. And the game never ends. It just continues on, and another 5,000 years comes in, and another 5,000 years, and an extinction of one, and a government of another, and a kingship of another. No one owns the land. If you bought and paid the land, that is your land. No one can take away that land, okay? We have to have strict rules in the future, okay, on how we can lend and borrow money so that we don't end up in these situations. Secondly, if the taxes change and we do save money, will we spend our money any safer? Do we need to design something so that everybody ends up with money and we don't go into bankruptcy? So what do we design? You see, this is the reason we sort of need not a government, but we need an office. We'll call it the Oval Office. You know why? Because it goes around in love. Okay, that's why they have the Oval Office. The Pentagon! Get ready for the 5-point star. We're going out to war. The Pentagon. Do-do-do-do. Uncle Sam, spirit, angel, man. Uncle is you. You is me is I. I is me. And who are you? Ah, to me, you are you. So you are just you and around just like me. That's why, because you is me. We're the same. I think different. I look different. We're all the same. Mechanically, we're all the same. Take a picture and distort it. We're all the same. Who am I? Who are you? We have to understand that what is the government here for? What is it doing that it shouldn't be doing? And it's time we get voting online, serious questions at a serious place to get some stuff down, because we're all lazy nincompoops. We don't want to leave the house to stand up at a rally. Let's see what's going on first online. Let's put things together online. So if you think you got the aptitude to be able to set up some sort of site that you can check this out, go ahead and do it. This is the time when the past says like this: 1968, prepare for the future in 44 years. That's today. Are we prepared? No. Do we have more knowledge? Yes. Should we be preparing? Yes. We need to protect our civil liberties. Our civil liberties does not mean we're going to go and fight with people. It just means that we have the right to be civil just like everybody else. We have the same rights as everybody else. Forget about the ballpoint figure of civil liberty, but we should be able to do what the rich do. The poor should do the same thing. That is civil liberty, where everybody's the same, okay? Everybody becomes the same. So if you're a soldier, you are guilty just as much as me and anybody else. But no, The soldiers are never guilty because they work for, who do they work for? Who says the soldiers with guns right now are actually doing what's right? They are doing what their commander told them, and these people are Reagans. You know what a Reagan is? They're pirates. They do as they please because they forced everything into law through money. Okay? Everything that's happened from this point on the last 100 years, every one of these people should be taken away all their money. In fact, in order to equal out things from the last 50 years, we need the militia to correct, to support both sides. Okay? So no one's into battle. Everybody has a right to speech. Okay? The last 40 years, you see, the only thing that should be done to these people is, like I said in my last video, I'm going to just pick a number out of the cloud, but no one's allowed to own more than X number of dollars. Once you reach, let's say, 200 million, that's it. Once you hit a certain level, 50, 60, 70% of everything you earn every year should come back to the people. You shouldn't be able to make more than so much over the top percentage on the people. You cannot make inflation by yourself. That's the way I see it happening. You can't cause inflation by yourself. By owning everything, you decide on everything. Okay? How inflation, how it costs more in the future than it did in the past. How come? Because everybody wants more. How can we reduce it? So what we have to do, not to harm, very easy. We can do it very like this. All the American people can just go and change their money for other kind of money, and like Canadian Tire money or Air Miles money, and just throw the federal dollar out and don't even use it. That'll be called Confederate. It'll have no value. And since they got most of this money in the last 40 years by cheating, lying, killing, blowing up buildings, they lose it all because they cheated in the game. So when you go to the racetrack and somebody drugs the horse and he wins, they have to give back that winning money. They never get paid. So it should be the same way with the feds. And did you ever say Fed backwards? It's deaf. What? Deaf? What? Deaf? They want to kick your ass for you to tell them more, but when you ask them a question, they tell you nothing. The Christ comes. When 7, 4, and 1 are one number, you know the Christ is coming. Just fooling around with some stuff last night. But I'm going to show you 7, 4, and 1, okay? Right here. Hey, where'd it go? There it is. Upside down 7 and a 1 look like a 4. And not only that, but let me see this. You see that really 4 here? It becomes a jack. If you look at it the other way, if I make the freestanding 4, the 4 like this, right? It becomes a jack. And the 4 and the 6, angel and man, right? With the one spirit become the jack. And that's why he becomes a picture card. Because he's a combination of more than one card. So if you combine the cards, you have to show what you are creating. So from that formation, they create the jack. Now, to call the part of man of the beta world, which is the jack of spades, right? We would have to add on two more. So from 10, we would now go to 12. And that's the queen, because the 2 is the beta world queen. And she gets color, and her hat is on an angle. Look at the queen's hat. It's the only one on the angle, telling us the queen is different from every other ruler, telling us that the queen, okay, in an exterior world or in his beta system that runs this world, is the queen of all. Now, we can react and say, well, if there's a good queen here, there's got to be an evil queen here. And what is the last name of Queen Elizabeth? What's her last name? Because maybe she is the evil queen. Maybe she's more evil and she doesn't know it. Maybe because they believe in a system that's so different that the question is, the devil is trying to tell them, you guys, you're a bunch of idiots. We're all going to heaven at the end. Just let's play this game like shit. And let's see what we can do to it. Let's just have fun with it. Big deal if the people die. They're all ending up in heaven anyways. You know what I'm saying? So this is sometimes what evil might look at. Don't worry about it. we're all going to heaven. And then, of course, to the good people, they say we're all going to hell. So figures what we're going to be doing. Anyways, one thing to tell you is that an ace is an ace, right? But when the O comes to town in place of the ace, why? Because the O is the 15th letter. The ace in poker is only the 14th possible card. But if you mix blackjack and poker together, right, the ace, 11th card with the jack, and the ace, 14th card above the king, you also have another extra ace. That extra ace pushes the 14 ace into number 15, saying that ace is your spirit, and it's stuck in the egg up your rear end, and that's how we are connected by that one spirit. And like I said, do not forget Yankee Doodle Dandy, because the feather in the club and the feather that the heart has and the 4 queens with their flowers, that's all communication, okay? The Jack of Hearts and the Jack of Diamonds both have the hatchet, which means the Jack of Diamonds is God playing in the spirit world. The hatchet is not a hatchet, it's a mask. And the same thing goes for the Jack of Hearts. Although he's spirit, angel, and man, he's still lying there in his bed like this. They pop his mind into the Nintendo machine, and we're born over here. We can't be born without the sperm of God. Everything stops growing. The minute God stops putting his sperm into the air, there is no more babies. There's no more life. There's no more green. There's no more passage. You know why there's no more passage? When the one disappears, the green disappears. When the spirit disappears, which is the people, the money disappears with it. I don't know why people don't see that. You understand what I'm trying to say? Without the one, all you have is the 4 corners of the game. It's the spirit that connects it all. You remove the spirit and nothing is connected into any of the worlds. So God controls everything through the one spirit. The 2 spirit, okay, has no spirit on it. I mean, it's the whatever, the second gate, if you want to call it that way, okay? 2 and 8. See the slant over here, 45 degrees? That's why it rains on that angle. They don't tell us everything, and I can't explain to you everything. But I'm going to go back to tell you that God created this people, and I always repeat the same thing. If I hold this hand and this hand holds this hand, they'll be together. Okay? If I needed to hold something for the rest of my life, this would be the best hand to hold, is it not? We have 2 hands. One going this way, one going this way. One going up and the hand facing this way, one going up and the hand facing this way. Together. God made everything in harmony. God made everything in love. That's why when the score is the same in tennis, they call it love all, because all life is what it is. 45 of anything is going to create the 360 degrees around the day. Okay? 45 degrees is the way this world is cut up. 45 is what they don't use in tennis. 245 or a 45-degree angle or 2 45-degree angles to create the tic-tac-toe. Okay? Create the tic-tac-toe. Imagine it as a round tic-tac-toe. All the corners are 90-degree L angles. L stands for the queen world. Okay? And there's a C in between each one, which stands for creation. An odd number in an even number place. They're all 2 positions. You know what I'm saying? The 2 is here on your phone, right? 4, 6, 8. But really and truthfully, everything was made from the 2. The opposite side of a 2 is an 8. Put it into the 4, 6 position. You create the 2, 8 inside the 4, 6. And you put it on this angle, it creates the 3, 7. So beta, okay, creates the exterior of everything. And the one spirit connects to the center to make everything work. Okay? And the feds. God made everything in love, because at the end of every game we're supposed to shake hands whether you win or lose, and right now nobody's shaking anybody's hands. Okay, this world is not about the government trying to take over. If the people didn't say anything and the people don't want it, the people are supposed to be the voters, the people are supposed to be the government, the people in government are supposed to stand there for the people's needs, and nobody's standing in for any of the people's needs right now except for their own nasty needs. And I say the militia must get together. We must build our own sovereign some sort of government, and inside this government we should have militia protecting the First Amendments. If we can't do it that way and we need to do other things, I'm hoping that, sorry Russia, that we hurt you so much in the past 50 years, America needs your help. Sorry China for the neutron or whatever bomb you had over there, but America needs your help. Israel, you are split up into two. Turkey, you have won the crown of the last world, the last generation. The crown was won by Turkey. How do I know this? Because I can read into shapes, and the shape of the Middle East puts Turkey with the hat of the crown. Okay, and there's a little pom-pom that's on it. I forget who that is, but in the bone over here, okay, that's where Israel is. And don't you forget, split apart, the wishbone. The wishbone. Go look at your Middle East map. You'll see that there's a dog standing up with a cap looking towards the waters. Okay, it's a graduate cap. Syria is right at the throat. Israel is right at the, like that collarbone, right, where you can split a chicken apart and wish for one side or the other side. Well, that's the Israeli and the Zionist. That's the two oppositions that nobody even knows yet. We need the Arabs to come in and to block all this bullshit that's happening out west. Stop this crap that's happening in North America. Stop this crap. It's time that Russia gets together with the Arab nations and gets together with China and stops this bullshit in North America. I live in North America. Stop this bullshit. I don't see it really going on anywhere else. Don't push us to new law. Just let us beside the laws of Christ. I mean, it's not that hard. I went out today and I didn't steal and I was nice and I opened up the door for somebody. I shut my door. I'm in my own apartment. I'm smoking a big doobie and I'm feeling okay and everything's great. Mind your own business. It can't always be our business unless it becomes a big thing. So you drop it in the hat, something you don't like. We're not always going to like everything and not everybody's going to listen to me. You know what I'm saying? And some who listen to me will agree and some will disagree. And then again, some won't listen to me and they won't even care when they should care a lot more than anything else because it's their freedom and the freedom of their children. We don't stand for much. I'm already 50, okay? For me, it's like over. But I'm standing for the freedom of those who come up beneath me and to help those, the younger people who see a lot brighter and stronger and greater than I do. I encourage them. I'm with you. I'm with you. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going to go on, but I do know one thing. If anybody touches somebody else and it's not their business for any reason at all, okay, the suspicion of whatever, where did you hear it from? I mean, until you find the right process to go through the courts, I mean, they'd be putting everybody through the courts. By the time they bring in 100 people, the courts would be shut down. I mean, I heard him already say this online, and I can see it happening. We have to bring back civil liberties. And you can't go at the gun saloon. Hey, yeah, we're at the gun saloon. It's not like that. This is the future, my friends. Pardon me, sir. Handguns? Let me tell you something about a handgun. For now, fine. But in the future world, most handguns, I'm not in for it. In this world, I am in for it. But for the next world, the harmonic world, you want to carry a handgun, you better be carrying a flute or a harmonica or a guitar or something, because the flowers are coming back to lay their nest. The children that we had, the children that are coming, this is the 60s for what we lived. This is for them, and we will bring them into the future by understanding that no 4, 5, and 6, 6, 5, and 4 letter will ever be able to put the end to the Fed, because it's the Fed to the end. And you know why? Because they reverse and say the same thing. 4, 5, and 6 in your telephone. DEF, deaf, dumb, and blind. The way they act. How can these soldiers, stand up for those crazy guys who are still running with the feds? What are they there for? The problem is money? If the problem is money, hey, rich people out there, some of these guys in the army want to get out, but they need to stay in for the army because, number one, they're going to put them in jail if they quit right now. So somehow we got to save these people. And then if they quit, they have no money, so we got to give them money. So you got to figure out what to do. People want to get out of the army, but they know they'll get shot. Most of them. So they'll shoot a few here or there, and the rest won't move. That's the way they do it. They shoot 5 or 6 down, and the rest say, oh my God, I don't want to get shot. May as well work for them, right? But eventually, you know what happens? The army breaks down over a period of time. Although we'll suffer in this period of time, it will break down. And I do know the date is sticking in my head is October 4th, 2014. And it links all the way up, okay, to 2016. Why? 2014 is 16 years from 1998. I can't explain to you the whole story. And 2016 is the one spirit of the sixth man, which is the first connection of the second side of the three dots of the dice. Okay, and then we go on for the years and we start over in the new worlds. Anyways, I am Raphael 7286. Ron Paul, I hope you got the men standing around you. If you, like I say in all these videos, if you lie, you are the greatest liar in the world. You say the lies of the dream, I wish I dream, wish to come true. And I believe inside my own heart that they're not lies at all. He tells you what's in his heart for what he believes for himself. And that's what he only believes. But do not forget, he knows the people want the same. He knows, he has been there, he has played the game. Ron Paul knows. He knows. There's no such thing. They pushed you over Democratic people, and then they pushed you over these other people, Republicans. Forget about names. Forget about those names. Just remember the people's names. My name is Ronald. His name is Ron Paul. Not a Democrat, not a Republican, an honest, caring, serving man. He will do what the people ask him to do, and the needs to secure love for the coming of the new world of Christ. But we all know we are in for a storm. I am Raphael on behalf of MrTacpans 7286. Have a nice afternoon.